It's that game worked on me for 9 damn years. Every time my mom would be, let's see who can be quiet the longest. I'm like, I'm gonna win today. Yeah. Then I figured out what a scam it was. I was 9 years old on the way to Michigan. My mom's like, let's see who can be quiet the longest. I'm like, I lose. What else you got today, Mom? Yeah, it's a long trip to Michigan. You better have something else in your back pocket. So she came up with other games, like the license plate game and the alphabet game and 20 questions, and the worst game of them all, this game called I Spy. You guys remember playing I Spy? Let me tell you something you already know. Only 2 types of people in the world enjoy playing I Spy. Cheaters and goddamn liars. That is it. Think of the person who liked playing I Spy most in your family. They're not with us tonight. They're in jail because they're a criminal. All right? My brother would play. It would always be the last blue thing. No matter what he picked. I'm like, that. He's like, no, I'm really, Jay? Always the last blue thing? My mom kept it simple because she thought I was a little bit slow. She's like, all right, Mike, this one's for you. I spy something paisley. That's not even a color, Mom. I spy something black. Grandma's tooth. Can we play something else? This is disgusting. My parents owned, and some of you might know this car, my parents owned a 1969 Dodge Polaris station wagon my entire childhood, all through the 80s. If you're not familiar with this vehicle, think Griswold Family Vacation, okay? Boxy green metallic station wagon with wood laminate paneling on the side. Because that's what you want if you get an accident and fire is involved. Something that burns rapidly, trapping you inside the vehicle, right? But that's what we took cross country every summer. Me and my mom, my dad, and my 2 brothers, and the friggin' dog. And you know who got to ride shotgun next to my dad the entire way cross country? The friggin' dog. Because they didn't want to put it in the back where there were no seats and the luggage would shift around. That exhaust fumes would roll in the back window and make it sick. So they put me, the unloved middle, in the back with the exhaust fumes that made me sick. Years later, my dad told me the real reason he put me back there was he needed someone who could pass him up beers from the cooler while he was driving. Yeah. You guys remember the 80s when you could have a beer or 32 when you were taking your family of toddlers cross country? It was America, and people could hold their liquor in this country, goddammit! It was a better time! We didn't know about ADD and Ritalin and all that other stuff there. It was a better time. You said DUI back then. You're like, DUI not. Sounds like a good time. Let's do it, right? When you're back there, no one talks to you. Unless they need a beer. Then all of a sudden you're the most important guy in the car. But until then, you got to come up with ways to entertain yourself. Your kids ever play this one on you? Or you ever do this to your parents when you're on the highway, long trip, you see a semi, you start going like this? You have to honk. I did it every trip, but my dad was always too drunk to see me doing it. So it just got really angry at the truck driver. He's like, what the hell is this guy's problem? I am all the way up. You go around. I have a dog in the car, man. Go around. Make me spill my beer, see if we don't pull over. One time on the way from Connecticut to Michigan, I was 10 years old. Came up with the coolest game ever. Found a roll of duct tape in the back left compartment. Came up with a little game I like to call Kidnapped. Oh, you've heard of it. Awesome. For those of you who have not, here's how you play. I took a piece of tape, I put it over my mouth. I took another piece, I wrapped it around my wrist a bunch of times, and then I pressed myself up against that big back window, worked up some tears, and looked with fear at passing motors. Just... And you know how many people called the cops? 0, because it was the 80s and people minded their own damn business. It was a better time! People drive by like they should put a helmet on that kid. He's gonna hurt himself. Even if someone thought I was kidnapped, nobody would call the cops. Not in the 80s. Why?
No phone.
No one had cell phones glued to their hands 24 hours a day. If someone thought I was in real danger, that was an investment of time they were not prepared to make that day, right? Look at that little boy all hogtied in that piece of shit station wagon. I should probably call the cops. I have to be in Maryland by 2. You're on your own today, buddy. Nobody would point that out to the cops in the 80s. Who would they point it out to? Kids in their own damn car, right? They make it a teachable moment people love so much nowadays. Hey, Billy, get up here real quick. No, just push the dog out of the way. Get up here real quick. Look at that little boy all hugged out in that piece of shit station wagon. Yeah? Yeah, that's the question here, Billy. What do you think he did to deserve that? Yeah, probably talking too loudly after Daddy asked him very nicely, "Shut the hell up!" Go play I Spy with your sister. Grab me a beer while you're back there. All this screaming's making me thirsty. I was telling that story up in New Jersey. Some girl's like, "How come they didn't put out an Amber Alert?" Because it was the 80s, Snooki. We didn't have Amber Alerts. We didn't even have Amber yet. That's how long ago this was. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. We didn't give a crap about missing kids in the 80s. We had extra. We were hoping we'd lose a couple along the way. Nowadays, one kid goes missing, the world stops. Internet, radio, television, not in the 80s. In the days of a child went missing, our protocol was to wait. Then we collect all the photos of all the missing children from across the country. Once a month, we pick one lucky winner and put them on the back of a milk carton. A milk carton. Because before the invention of the internet, the best we could do was dairy products. That's all we had. That was like a game in itself. Remember that game? If you don't find this kid before this milk expires, he probably has. You remember that game? No? That's where I'm going to lose you tonight, huh, Fort Pierce? Too soon for imaginary missing child on the back of the milk car in the 80s joke. Ah, that joke was genius and deserves so much more. No, I don't want it now, but ask you this. How many kids do you think we lost because the only witness to the abduction was lactose intolerant? Do you think of things like this? There's one person that saw all those kids, but milk gives him the run, so he couldn't be of assistance. You're welcome. Hey, I just did 38 minutes of jokes for you. That one was for me. Whatever. I like that one. You guys have been a lot of fun so far. You really have. After the show, a lot of times comedians have things like T-shirts or DVDs and CDs. I don't sell any of that, so don't worry. So after the show, I'll actually be selling a new mic stand. What did you guys do? Oh. Here. I'll work with it. All right. So after the show, I'll be selling this. It's my watch. A lot of watches nowadays come with glow-in-the-dark faces or hands so you can read at night. This one does not. So if you need to read this one at night, it actually comes with a built-in light. I know. Every woman in here went, "How stupid," but every guy went, "How much?" Yeah. Let me tell you a little bit about this watch. Yes, it's a real watch. It tells time. Yes, it's a real lighter, butane refillable. No, you'll never feel more like James Bond in your life than when you can produce a blowtorch from a working timepiece. Yeah. Well, if you get kidnapped, huh? You can burn through the rope, save the girl, you gotta be a hero. It's worth it just for that. Best part? I don't even smoke. I don't. I just wear this whenever I'm out in the club and I see one of those guys with his $900 Apple Watch. He's telling me the thousands of things his little computer watch can do. I'm like, "That's cute, sweetheart. Can you do this?" You can't. You can't, can you? $900, you can't even burn down your ex-wife's house. What the hell was the point? Money not well spent. So these are a lot of fun. The real watches, they're totally refillable. They make a great gift for just like everybody in the family. Everybody has a biker in the family. They love these because they don't have to dig through their pockets at stoplights. Everybody has a firefighter in the family. They love these because they're all pyros. Everybody has a meth addict brother-in-law who's always running late. Pick one up. It's something for you and him. It's going to help him out. Right? So these are only $20. I got a few left. They're fun. They're useful. I'll be in the back of the room after the show. This is also fun and useful. I like to use this whenever I go out to the bar. It comes time to pay the tab at the end of the night. I just open up my wallet and... Yeah. And while the bartender's freaking out, I'm like, "Chill out, it's cool. I got money to burn." Yeah. I know. Some of you are like, "Mike, why would you want to carry a wallet that sets itself on fire?" Better question. Why would you not want to carry a wallet that sets itself on fire? Think of the fun you're going to have with this next time you're in line at Walmart or the grocery store. That line's not moving fast enough. Start this up. Slower people tend to move out of the way. Especially the old ones. You put it right by the oxygen tank, they're going to friggin' move. 10 feet, perfect circle every direction. You throw like a grenade, jump back, you're going to be fine, okay? And don't feel bad for Meemaw. She was like 108. She led a good life. She tried to bring 60 items into the 10-9 lane. She kind of had it coming, all right? So this is my real wallet. It's also real fire. And because of that, there's some do's and don'ts I have to go over with you ever since the incident and the attorney last month. So here we go. Do this for your friends. It will blow them away. Don't do this for your friends at the gas station. It will blow them away. Ladies, for the man you love, he's gonna love one of these. For the man you hate, take out the directions and hope for the worst. Now, if you don't get one of these from me tonight, I will not be disappointed in you. My two beautiful, starving children, one of which I love, will not be disappointed in you. You will be disappointed in yourself. Maybe not tonight, maybe not tomorrow, next Tuesday. 2:30 in the morning, you're driving home after a couple drinks over the legal limit. The cop pulls you over, asks if he may see your driver's license. If you are going down anyway, why not go down in flames? Maybe he'll find it funny too and let you out of your ticket. Or maybe he'll taser you. That's what they do in Mobile, Alabama. Just to let you know, tasering only hurts up to the first 200 volts. After that tickles, that's why you pee yourself. You're laughing so damn hard. So, if you want a watch or a wallet or a Casey and Spaz t-shirt, Casey will be over. Casey and Spaz will be at that table after the show. I'll be on the lobby with my watches and wallets. If you want to be my friend on Facebook or all that social media, I also write for a show called The Lowdown on Comcast Xfinity. Pick up my card. You can follow me over on there. I'll be over there, and like I said, Spaz will be right over there. If you're a single lady looking to make a huge mistake tonight, I'll be over in that corner there. If you're a dude with a lot of money who can keep a secret from time to time, I think I mentioned a few times, Spaz is going to be right over there. Trust it, he's better. After sex, you can cuddle and do karaoke. That's great. You guys have been a lot of fun. I got to get out of here in a minute. Before I do, I just want to thank Lynn for showing up tonight. Jim, great to see you, brother. It's been years. Steve Payman, always being such a supporter. None of my jokes are about you, I swear. Before I get out of here, I want to share this with you. This happened last week. I can go now. It's fine. That's the alarm.
That's a big deal.
Over. Yeah, perfect time. That's great. I just want to share this. This was kind of cute. This happened last week. Mama Bear took Baby Bear shopping. Left me home with the 9-year-old while he was taking a nap. Heard the noise come from his room when he was supposed to be sleeping, so I went upstairs to check out. Sure enough, it looked like he was sleeping, but he was so still I couldn't tell if he was breathing or not. So parents, you'll recognize this. I did this move. I went over and put my hand on his back to see if he was breathing, and he was, which is good because it's the one I love. But I thought to myself, where did I learn how to do this? I never took a parenting class. I mean, it's court ordered, but I didn't show up. Who's got time, you know? So where did I learn this is how you check the child's breathing while it sleeps? Then I remembered, this is what my mother used to do to me and my two brothers when we were kids. The way I found that out was I was still awake one night, long after she sent me to bed. Didn't want to get in trouble for being awake, so I pretended to be asleep. Heard her come in, felt her put her hand on my back, realized she was checking to see if I was breathing. So the next time she came in the room, I was still awake. I thought to myself, why wouldn't you, miss? Yeah. She came in, put her hand on my back, I held my breath. She moved her hand a little bit further, I just kept holding my breath. For 30 seconds, this saint of a woman's hand went up and down the entire length of my body, looking for any sign of life, but I just kept laying still, holding my breath. After 45 seconds, I was about to start laughing and tell her it was a joke, but right before I could, she leaned in and said, 1 down, 2 to go. I was so scared, I just kept holding my breath, I didn't know what else to do. The next morning I went to the kitchen, she was making breakfast, but there was no place setting for me on the table. I was like, well played, long childhood head. No, I gotta tell you, Fort Pierce, you always treat me so well when I come back home, and I truly appreciate it. I hope to meet each and every one of you outside. God bless you guys, have a great night.
Mike Curley, hey! We love this guy. Hometown boy. Casey and me came up with him. Give it up one more time for Mike Curley. Yes, thank you, everybody. And Casey Peruski!
There's my Dory Thomas, Steve Ball Thomas. How about a great outfit with Thomas tonight? I didn't say bow.
If you want tickets, I found them.
Our ticket winner.